Okay, great. Well, let's wrap up the show. Quad, you're here to give us a tutorial. Talk to us about 10KTF, a project that you convinced me to get into months ago, and that's been a great decision. And we're here to learn. We're here to learn, man.
He also told me to get into it, and I never did when I moved into ETH. So
big mistake, dude.
No
maybe
shit.
maybe it's not too late. So Quad's going to give us a little run through of a project that people may or may not or be directly associated with, which he's in the Discord, so it's pretty obvious. But Quad, over to you, man.
Yeah, awesome. So 10KTF is a project that's actually been around for, I looked, since about September of last year. So in September of last year, people started seeing Bored Apes post photos of these shoes and these backpacks that had their logo on it. Here, I actually have some stuff pulled up for you here, LG. And so about 9 months ago, you could, if you owned an ape or a couple other projects, you could essentially mint a backpack or a pair of shoes that had your ape on it. And that's just kind of all we knew at the time. So then they introduced this character that was running the shop where you could make this, and his name was Wagmi-san. And so Wagmi-san is this guy right here. Well, if it'll pull up. He's gone right now.
Go to his Twitter page. He has a picture on his Twitter page.
This happened to me earlier today when I went to the store and he wasn't there.
Well, we'll go back to his Twitter in a bit. But yeah, so he's gone, which makes me think something's up. Wagmi-san essentially
he's there. Just refresh it, Quad. He's there. He's there. Just clicked on it. He's there. Okay. Yeah, just refresh or something like that. He's there. I see him.
Whoa!
They might be getting attacked.
There he is. Okay, so there's Wagmi-san. So he essentially opened up this shop in a city called New Tokyo, which is this city in the metaverse right now. And as you can tell by the items on the wall, there are all these different collections that if you own a parent profile picture of that, you can craft these different items. Okay, so as you can see up here, there's some hats, some hoodies, shoes, socks, backpacks, and all of that nature for a bunch of different projects. And so there's actually a list of these projects down here. So it's the Bored Apes, Mutants. You can read through that and see. Recently the CryptoPunks, MeBits, Nouns, and Moonbirds got added. And so if you own a profile picture from one of these collections, you can take a blank and you can essentially mint an item from that profile picture into the 10KTF. Now, why is this important? So that item, what it does is it acts as your entry into what is called the Battle for New Tokyo, which is part of this longer storyline that the 10KTF team has established. So one of the main things that a lot of people, including myself, love about this project is they are so good at storytelling. And this is like not a choose your own adventure, but an immersive project experience. Okay. So from the beginning till now, all the releases have been done in forms of sketches or animations and videos to progress the story along to where it is right now. So essentially, long story short, is Wagmi-san has this shop in New Tokyo, and then the bad guy, which is the Toads, right? They essentially try to
like the Cryptoads,
Yeah, the Cryptoads, yep.
Cryptoads, yeah.
They essentially try to burn the shop down, steal all the items. They're like the bad people in the story, right? And so we, as members of New Tokyo and supporters of Wagmi-san, essentially fight against the Cryptoads in these series of battles. So far, there's been 3 different battles. And the way that you fight and earn points in battle is you equip your profile picture with those minted items, okay? And so what that means is, like, let's say I take my Moonbird, for example. I can attach a hat, a hoodie, a backpack, and then something on the feet, whether it's socks or shoes, to get a full set of a profile, like a warrior ready to send into the battle. Okay. And so essentially 10KTF stands for 10,000 true fans. So we're taking the fans of these traditionally 10,000 collection profile pictures projects, and allowing you to essentially obviously express that you're a fan of that with things that are right now metaverse, but will eventually be physicals, but also to participate in this whole narrative of the battle for New Tokyo and supporting Wagner-san. So that's kind of the overview of it. And then I just have a couple points of why people like the project and why you should pay attention to the project. Okay. And the first one is the one that we've talked about for so long, and it's called Bet on Teams, right? We've talked about this. I feel like ever since I even joined this space, it was pretty apparent you bet on teams. So who is this project ran by? This project is ran by a company called We Knew. Okay. We Knew is a company that is ran by a lot of very, very well-respected names in this space. So I'll get to that in a second. But essentially, you can see that they have 10KTF is one of their projects. Altitude, which is a partnership. They have done Louis Vuitton's metaverse, so they have a partnership with them. They partnered with Gucci to do the Gucci Grails for that. And they also have We Knew Moments, which the first drop of that was the Andy Murray, I think happened about eight months ago. So, not only are they partnered with, Universal Music, Warner Music, Time, like all these, really good brands. They also have investors that are, really, really well known, from FTX to Ripple, Polygon, Animoca, all the poo-poo on Animoca right now.
Isn't Sound Ventures, that's Ashton Kutcher's company, right?
Yeah. So there's a lot of really good really good partners and investment in this. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing that I want to show, though, is the team, which they've changed their profile pictures now to where it's not their photos anymore. It was a lot easier to point out who it was. But can I scroll through here? Where are they?
Oh, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for Beeple and all that. So this looks like the 10KTF team and not the whole We Knew team, but essentially, okay, here we go. I think. So there we go. Okay, so it had just scrolled through. Co-founder Mike Winkleman, Beeple, which this is a just hilarious photo for him to use as his photo. Figgy, Guy Osieri, Tim Smith, who it is escaping me. I feel like he worked for either Adidas or Nike. Mm-hmm. But this has like a star-studded team of the people that founded We Knew. People came in the Discord the other day and was basically like, hey, like, there's some huge stuff coming. I wouldn't just come here and blow smoke up your ass, but like, there's some really big stuff coming with 10KTF. But mainly this team is so good at storytelling. And so when it comes to not only the connections that Guy brings with essentially every gigantic profile picture project in the space right now, but just, Figgy and people, especially on that artistic direction, is just, absolutely crushed it. The second thing is Genesis is king. Now, recently Genesis hasn't necessarily gotten a huge benefit over.
What is Genesis? What is Genesis? Explain to us what Genesis is.
Genesis, it means that it is just in that first batch that was able to be minted. Which the first batch that was able to be minted, I think, is like Bored Apes, Mutant Apes. There's like Pudgy Penguins somehow snuck in there. Cool Cats, I think, are in there. Like the original World of Women. So the very first, and it's a trait on OpenSea that you can go and look for. But the very first time that Wagner-san opened his shop for people to be able to mint is the Genesis items. Everything else is crafted, which right now hasn't killed you in terms of like rewards. But in terms of New Tokyo dollars, Genesis got an immediate double in New Tokyo dollars.
Right.
So the next point I just have that I feel like you just have to be more in the project to like really buy into is you just have to trust Wagmi-san, because you're on this like story arc, right? So and things happen every single Thursday. That's just how it goes. Thursday is like 10KTF day, which, to be honest with you, I love, because nobody's like win this, win that, win that. It's just like, just wait till Thursday. There's going to be another update on Thursday. So the story progresses on Thursdays, right? And so, recently we're right in the middle of the battle for New Tokyo. We captured one of the toads, but then Win Moon, which is Wagmi-san's apprentice, she stole the toad. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're right in the middle of that story. But I just wanted to real quickly go over crafting, right? Because this is probably most people's entry into 10KTF, right? It's like, let's say you got a profile picture that you want to get made into shoes or socks or a hoodie, whatever. Also assuming that these in the future, because the team has pretty much come out and said it, is that a lot of these will be redeemable for like physicals in the future, which how we love our profile pictures and how we love our in-person physicals.
I love merch, man. Look at this shit right here.
The problem is I'm running out of room in my house. like I really am, like, no joke. Between me collecting art and collecting NFT stuff, I'm running out of room. But so essentially, let's say you have one of these profile pictures and you're like, all right, I want to be in 10KTF. I want to go to battle to, help Wagmi-san. How do I start? You essentially would craft one of these items out of your profile picture. So the way you do that is a couple ways. Is you can either buy a blank off of OpenSea, which these are the blanks. So blank backpack, blank shoes, 2 blank hoodies, 2 blank hats. Right now we got supply chain issues on the metaverse socks, so you'll not be able to mint. Dude,
how are there supply chain issues?
The metaverse is not immune to supply chain issues, like the rest of the world. Okay, the ports are really, really like backed up right now, and so they're having trouble getting those materials in. But you can either buy the blank outright if you don't feel like crafting, or you can buy the materials that you need to craft the item. And this kind of shows you right here the materials that you need to craft the item. And then, so crafting a blank is free. You don't have to pay any money except for gas to craft a blank. And then to go from blank to whatever like your profile picture is, you just have to pay. You have to pay 0.1. And so at the end of that, what'll happen is you'll mint an item, which we're actually about to do. And so I'm going to kind of take you through how to mint a new item. So I crafted a blank backpack. So we're going to go through here and we're going to go to use my blanks. So you're going to go to use my blanks and it's going to say, here's what I can make for you. And so I've already crafted this hoodie. I've already crafted that hat right there.
Yeah.
I've already crafted the socks. So the only thing left for me to complete my full set, which you get an extra multiplier for, is the backpack. So that is my Moonbird backpack. I'm going to go in here, add it to cart, click craft, and
this is crazy.
Confirm. And so I just really like even the crafting experience is like Wagmi-san's like talking to you and interactive and things like that. And just overall the art of this project, like I think that they do a really, really good job in terms of graphics. And so essentially that is how you that's how you craft a new item, and then I should be able to go over here into OpenSea.
It's not there yet. Almost there.
It's not there yet. No. Where are we at? There we go.
It does take a minute, almost be there. Yeah, when you craft it, yeah. It does.
But so like here's one that I crafted earlier today. Nice. So the different items in there indicate different rarities. So this is actually a rare cat hoodie. If you notice, there was nothing in my in my other in my backpack. That just means it's a common. So there we go. So
there we go. There. Nice.
So I just crafted that. It's in my wallet, so you can see it's crafted. It's a common bag right there. But you know, there's different levels of rarity. So these are my 10K TF items. You know, you've got things from like the rare like bubbles on the Wolf Game socks. To I have an epic pair of shoes too right here. This is an epic pair of shoes. It's got like it's got like 10
for Wolf Game.
Yeah, for Wolf Game. And so each of these rarities get you different and more points when it comes to the battle battle for New Tokyo. So but yeah, I mean, as you can see, I have a ton of this stuff because I absolutely love this team, and I love the way that they're like really, really good at storytelling and like creating a narrative when it comes to this project. It's just awesome.
So Quad, if somebody wants to get started, what is the best move? To buy a Genesis item, and then they can enter the battles without an avatar, right?
Yes, you can enter the battles without an avatar, and I think the best way, if you don't have a profile picture to mint, I think the best way is to get a Genesis item. But if you have a profile picture to mint, and you know that these are going to be like able to be turned into physicals in the future, you know, I have a hard time not like just minting my own profile picture, right? Like, because I think a lot of people also would like that. I mean, if you want to go really deep into it, yeah, just, you know, go find you a bunch of Genesis. I think I have like 30 Genesis of, you know, like I don't own any of these profile, like I don't own these Pudgy Penguins or any of that. But those are Genesis, so they just give me like more of a multiplier when it comes to like battles and things like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you want to look at Genesis, and then you want to just get involved and take a look, basically. Yep. Sweet. Yep. That's pretty sweet. Well, thanks for the walkthrough, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, the other thing that I would say is the 10KTF Discord is like unbelievably helpful. They're a bunch of really, really passionate people. And I think that, I think they've done a really good job of like festering this atmosphere in their Discord, where Thursday is like a party. You know, a bunch of people hang out on the radio channel and things of that nature, and they're really good. They like change up the songs to match like the theme of what they're doing on that Thursday, like stuff like that. And whenever there's a burn, they play, you know, burn related music. And I think it's just like they're really, really good at executing this like performance art type that goes along with your project.
That I love the world building too. And I did want to, last thing on this project, I did want to play one of the videos that they put out like 2 months ago that I was like, this was, you know, I'd been kind of slowly collecting, but I still I didn't really like comprehend, or wasn't really like as stoked. Obviously Quad is you, but I'm just going to play it here.
If you're playing the one, I think
here we go. Yeah. The one, here we go. This one,
so good.
Maybe tell you guys a little bit more on the project. So this was pretty much before they started the battle part, because before that it was just, you were just collecting, accumulating, and you didn't really know what it was for. So this is when they actually started the battle part, which is now where you're actually like earning materials by submitting your pieces and your avatars. There he is. Wagmi-san.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like I was in class watching a movie. I like that.
Honestly, though, the emotion that I felt the first time I watched that, I was like, these guys are good.
Yeah,
They're
it's good. It's well done. I've always been a
really
huge
are.
like Akira fan, like not all anime, but definitely like more of that old school kind of like Tokyo Gang vibe of maybe let's say the first half of the movie Akira. The second half is pretty off the rails. Anybody's ever seen it. But the first half with like the motorcycle gangs and stuff is like right up my alley. So that was the trailer, Quad. When I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. I'm way more into this now than I was before. Outside of all the people stuff and everything, I was like, I'm in now, you know. So
their art chops are like really impressive, and obviously, you know, I'm not saying Beeple does the art, but he obviously has some sort of a hand in the artistic direction, which, you know, it's really impressive.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And
And there's a lot of we knew has so many quality people running it too, right? So it's like what they put out is going to be good, right? So.